sent on their way from the 1200-meter marker. And Wishful Words landed running over on the inside, sets off for an immediate lead. Little Audrey is right there. Jaden Schreier's pacing it with them, and E.T. has a good position. They're followed by Luneburg in the orange on the left. Further back is Mocha Rose. Katiwa's towards the outside. They're followed further back by Rapid Roxy. Speedy Gonzalez is on the stand side. Grecian Laurel's over on the inside, giving them about 2 or 3 lengths start. And then comes Nightmare Helen. So that leader is Wishful Words, and Wishful Words on the left-hand side. E.T., that's in the blue. Further back is Luneburg. Little Audrey gets asked the question. Mocha Rose, Grecian Laurel. Just outside the 400-meter marker, and Wishful Words, E.T., Luneburg between the two of them. Grecian Laurel continues to look dangerous, but Wishful Words still leads it. E.T., Luneburg, the three of them, and Grecian Laurel makes it a line of 4. Coming to the last 100, Grecian Laurel, E.T.'s running on the inside, but it's Grecian Laurel who takes it up, and Grecian Laurel from E.T. Third, Jaden Schreiner, and then came Luneburg. Number 12, Grecian Laurel. Not often you see this. The Ideal World, 24 Rand for a win, number 12, Grecian Laurel. And that is because there was no show in the barrier trial over 1,000 at Greyville, but came here to Scottsville. And this one, the Ideal World, Duncan Els, Maritzfontein. Craig Zaki, and they win it by about 2 lengths. Second, to number 2, E.T. Look at that, 12 Rand 70 a place. Then Jaden Schreier, 420. And Luneburg, I tell you what, hold on to those quartet tickets, and that exactor as well will be really paying. Wishful Words showed pace up to the 200, took a little bit of a nudge, but had nothing extra to come from E.T., who we'll look at now. E.T.'s in the blue, Luneburg's in the orange, so the 3 horses on the left-hand side, they're matching it, but Grecian Laurel continue to look dangerous. E.T. starts to drift towards the inside, Luneburg's in the orange, and then Wishful Words, you'll see Striker then takes a hold, but we'll just see if there is any feedback on that. But Grecian Laurel comes home and wins it. Number 12, 24 Rand and 370. As I say, hold on to that quartet and exacta tickets. Fourth race starts off our pick 6, and there is that carryover back to the studio.
Just having a giggle with trainer Duncan Howes off air about the huge dividends that Craig has just mentioned. 12, 2, 7, and 1 is the way they cross the line. And Duncan's going to tell us a bit more. He's had a few runners in the race here, but Grecian Laurel for Maritzfontein and Wilgerbos Drift, who also bred the horse with Maritzfontein, daughter of Ideal World, on a pedigree. I mean, this is way too short for her, Duncan.
Well, I actually spoke to Stephen yesterday, and I said to him, if she wins at 12, I know she's a smart filly, but I really believe the 1200 would be far too short for her. I mean, they love a clip up front. She's got a lot of ability. But once again, I can't take any, what's the word? Credit for her winning today. She won because she's decent. I really couldn't see her winning at 1200. But if I could just say thank you very much to Jessica Slack and to Stephen for giving us the horse to train. I've always said from day one when I started working with her, she had the right temperament, she's got the most beautiful action. And like you just said now, she'll go 2,000 meters. So we could be sitting on a very smart filly here.
Pleasant surprise, though.
Look, when these, and I've said it 100 times before, when these also show you up like this, all the better.
Anything else from your side later on?
No, I only had the 3 runners. The one I thought would run at the back of the 3 ran in front of the 3. So thank God I train horses and I'm not a punter. But I'm very pleased with the results. I was a bit disappointed with the filly Muzzy Road, but he just came back to me now and said, far too short, go a mile to 2,000 meters with her. We're in a little bit of a space with the young horses because I haven't been able to train them up like I normally do because of the virus we had, and we are way behind on training and gallops and that sort of thing. So I think some of the horses will run a little bit inconsistently until we find our feet with them. But I do feel on the whole we've got a very nice crop of young horses, and they'll be very good 3-year-olds.
You're off home, but before you leave us, for your followers, for the followers of Fiorella, it's a big 2 weeks for you leading up to the Vodacom Durban July. How's your filly doing? I know the final field announcement will be on Tuesday, but how's your horse doing?
She's in a really good space with her. She's very sound. Of each of her runs against tough competition, she's improved each time. I think I'm in with a shout in the race, and I know I've got a horse that tries very hard. Got a good jockey riding her, and now we need a little bit of luck.
I'll give our best to Jess and Steve. Well done.
I'll do that, thank you. And just thanks to Craig for taking the ride.
Lovely. Let's get Craig in. Yeah, Craig, you know, the one thing that I know is that these colors have been kind to you. They've brought you a lot of success. So, you know, even though you may have been on the lesser fancied of the horses, you wouldn't have mind.
No, of course not. Funny enough, it was about 2 months back where I got on board another 2-year-old filly of Jess's for Mr. DeLarcus, and she was also one who wasn't fancied out of the 3 runners and ended up winning. But like Mr. says, the ones who come up on you when you least expect it are the ones who seem to go far in their career and do well. So I think she's definitely got the ability, got a lot of scope. She is looking for the mile up to 10 furlongs, I think, and I think she's only going to get better and stronger, and they're going to have fun with her.
Did it surprise you the way she won over this trip?
It did. I took her down and I said, look, I'm going to be outpaced, but I didn't mind because we just wanted her to run on and give a good account of herself. But halfway through the race, they started coming back, and I was surprised when she took the bid, and I said, okay, if I can win a good race here, maybe a good place, I'm sure they'll be chuffed. And the more we were going into the race, the better she got, and she won comfortable, I thought.
Filly you'd like to stick with?
Definitely. Like I said, she's got a lot of scope, and winning a 12 just shows her class that pulled her through it. So I think she's going to turn out to be real nice, and I'd like to stick with her.
Anything else from your side?
No, Deez. I came here for a filly. I've ridden a few times for Candace in Joburg, Royal Utopia, being a feature. I thought I'd take my chances, so hoping for the best, but having a win is a bonus.
That's a competitive field, the Oaks.
Very competitive. Like I said, I'll just be hoping for the best.
Nice ride, well done.
Thanks to Mr. Howells, his team, great training feet, to Jess, Stevie, Mr. Slack, thank you for the opportunity, and my sponsors, Maurice Finton and Volkerbusch, thank you.
Well done. Lovely. Sponsored by the colors that he wrote for you. GRECIAN Laurel has come through. Put this one in the notebook. Too short for this filly, but she's come through well. Telephone numbers here in the exotics. That's the way I see it, because this was a massive result. So if you're standing with a ticket in the exotics, well played. Bipod, a bomb. Place accumulator, bomb. Quartets and trifectas, big results. 12, 2, 7, and 1. But you got a crack at a pick 6 pool that should reach 2.1 million with a sweetener of 300,000 rand. That will begin in race number 4, 13 to 35, 25 to 2.